too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast for Two Dope Dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
What's going on, dude? How are you?
I am good, man. How are you?
I'm awesome, dude. Yeah, it's a cold Monday, but
Dude, it is cold.
it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to maybe having to move in January, but we'll see.
Oof. Yeah.
Oof. But
Yep.
but excited about that too. Like
That's
that
very cool. Yeah.
we just-
Congratulations.
sent over the attorney response letter and dealing with all that stuff, waiting to see what they're gonna say. But like we're locked in. It's a nice house. It's got a lot of garden that I'm excited about.
I was so impressed. I did see kind
Yeah.
of the aerial of
Yeah.
that. Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
It's a 40 by 40 award-winning garden, vegetable garden already, and then there's wildflowers all over and trees and fruit trees, some
Yeah.
berries. Excited
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yep.
That's a lot of stress, but whatever.
It's good stress, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Purposeful stress. And then what doesn't work, you just replace with
What does?
what does.
Yep.
Yep, and then hopefully they replace the laws. We just grow all hemp.
Yep. It'll be a nice spot.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's Monday.
Yeah, welcome to it.
Yeah, how was Black Friday? Do you want to talk about, you had a Black Friday recap. You know what? This is our Black Friday recap episode. David, I forgot we did that last year.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did a Black Friday recap episode.
Jeez Louise. Let's talk about it. Consumerism's at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the markets grow.
Yeah.
Huh? Cannabis goes on very well. All right. So let me explain to people really quick. Cannabis deals with a few very big days around Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Okay. Green Wednesday is also recognized as Blackout Wednesday, depending on which level of intoxication you can partake
Sure.
in. But that's it. Wednesday's an intoxication holiday. Friday, Black Friday, is a consumer holiday.
Mhm.
We happen to be a consumer place that sells an intoxicant, right? So
Right.
like we deal with it on both days, but because we exist directly next to a fucking monstrous mall, the traffic was disastrous.
It's always disastrous over there
Ugh.
by the outlet mall. Always.
Two accidents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were just like a constant line. We had a bunch of people that did the pre-order thing, never ended up coming through because of it's a big day for the thing, and there was good sales. We extended the sales through the next day to people who put the pre-orders, and we tried our
Nice.
best to keep, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks that is the reality of what goes on there, but just a sight for next year. You
Yeah.
know? Hopefully there's a little more planning going on.
Yeah.
Because I think now it makes more sense. Stack everything away from Black Friday.
Right.
Go away from that.
Yeah,
Try
just-
your fucking hardest to make it. I get it. It is a thing, but
Once the traffic situation is developed over there better because they're doing construction across the street, and once all that hopefully that'll get a lot
worse.
Yeah, but it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better.
Boy, that's gonna get.
I mean, that's gonna be a hell of a dispensary in 4 or 5 years.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's a great spot, great location. They actually represented by a great brand. If
Yeah.
you ask me,
Yeah.
I'm into that. But yeah, no, I'm retail and that day after Thanksgiving. I don't know. Y'all got fucking Amazon and shit? What the fuck is going on in the world?
What do you mean?
Just get on Amazon. Like, it's
Yeah, I
all at
mean,
your fingertips now. Y'all gonna go wait in lines
yeah,
and
I know.
crazy
That's
shit?
crazy. That's
Oh,
crazy.
oh. But I guess it's a good deal. I don't need to punch anybody for $50 off a TV though. You
No,
know
I
what
mean,
I
it's
mean?
not even good deals anymore. And like,
No.
that's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah. Yep. But besides that, Thanksgiving is literally my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
I fucking love the food. I love hanging out with family. Well, I mean, that's my jam.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, everything was good there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody stopping out Saturday night at the Fox Valley Growers Club. That was super
Oh,
awesome.
it's good to see everybody.
Thank you for stopping out to the Fox Valley. That was cool. It was a packed house.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ignite Vape for hosting, having us letting us use the spot. That was dope.
God, what cool events. Honestly, in the cannabis space, there's some of the coolest events that are happening right now. Genuinely. I'm not just saying it because you're sitting next to me and you're hosting these things. Like, yeah, I really enjoy some of the things we get. I get to see and be a part of now. Very cool.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody stopped by. Goat stopped out for a while. We gave away all the goat seeds, which was great. There were some seed swaps. Somebody had some plant starts that were there. Chris talked about the Herbs Now dryer. That was cool. And saw a lot of the people that used to do the Aurora Cannabis Club stuff. I was stoked to have them around. That was awesome. Charlie and, Harris Hash. But yeah, just want to say thank you to everybody. We'll do something again soon, I'm sure, in another month or so. Depends on the move situation.
Cool.
You know how that goes.
And the weather.
Yeah.
No, who the fuck wants to go out? And yeah, it's so awkwardly cold right now.
I know.
It feels like, ready for the 30s next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. Get back out and disc golf and not feel like I'm dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we were on Sunday.
Bro, now I'm starting to get into the spot where like the mustache hair is freezing up and stuff when I'm talking too much.
Oh,
and
man.
y'all know I talk too much. So there's going to be a lot of facial freeze going on.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Heard that.
Hell yeah. Hey, let's do plugs real quick and we'll get into it. If you grow, you know. Having the right gear for your home garden makes all the difference. That's why you need to get on board with Crop Culture's quarterly home grower boxes.
Crop Culture releases insane value boxes every 3 months packed with premium seeds, growing equipment, and unique extras tailored for those who want to plant with a purpose.
But that's not all. Coming soon, they're launching monthly crop drops, where you can snag a pack or two of Fire Genetics along with must-have gardening accessories like AC Infinity's legendary trimming scissors.
We're talking stickers, mystery goodies, and deeply discounted bundles you won't find anywhere else. Just an easy one-time purchase with no commitment.
Their current quarterly box is an absolute steal, featuring top-shelf genetics, a pH meter or smell-proof bag, monitoring tools, fermented plant probiotics, and more.
And for our listeners, use the code TwoDopeDudes for $10 off any purchase of $100 or more at cropculture.net.
So whether you want the full quarterly experience or just need a regular re-up, Crop Culture's got you covered.
Level up your garden and score some gear that'll have your plants standing tall. If you grow, you need to check them out at cropculture.net before sold-out regret sets in. Let them help you plant with a purpose. Hey, Canna Curious connoisseurs, are you looking to elevate your wellness routine? Take it up a notch with Mr. CBD Chicago.
That's right, dude. They've got everything you need from their brand new El Jefe line with CBD and THC sprays for a discreet and convenient dose, to their legendary Moonrock matte bottle rockets and the always satisfying Spliff Society pre-rolls.
And listen up, Two Dope Dude listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes at checkout for 10% off your entire order at MrCBDChicago.com. That's right, 10% off.
So ditch the stress and embrace the good vibes with Mr. CBD Chicago. Head over to their website today. Just remember, use the code TwoDopeDudes for that sweet discount. You're not going to regret it. Hey there, fellow plant enthusiasts. Tired of using chemical fertilizers that harm your soil and the environment?
We feel you. That's why we want to introduce you to Green Grow Biological.
GreenGrow offers organic soil amendments packed with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae fungi like their popular Pride Bloom fertilizer and flower finisher.
These little powerhouses work together to improve your soil health, helping your plants grow strong and healthy naturally. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, GreenGrow has something for you.
And because GreenGrow is committed to sustainable practices, you can feel good about what you're putting into your home and garden.
Head over to thegreengrow.com to learn more about their amazing products and how they can help you take your gardening to the next level.
And listen up, because here's a special offer just for our listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes for 10% off your entire order at thegreengrow.com.
That's TwoDopeDudes for 10% off at greengrow.com. Happy planting!
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like and leave a review. This helps us reach more people. You can find us on supportdopepeople.com along with links to our other pods, free stickers just by providing your email and address. There's t-shirts and hoodies. Hoodies are great.
These are great.
They're at like cost. I don't make any money on them. So if you want one, get one. And don't email us, because you all say you will, but then you don't. So
Yeah, it's real messed up.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, actually a lot of you do come on
Yeah.
Thursday nights and hang out, because I am on YouTube live and you're able to talk to me. Peace, love, and cope. Come hang out. I would love to see all of you. It's a direct chance to ask me anything about cannabis. And if not, just help you take your health back in your own hands.
That's right. That's
Love
a
you.
mission.
That's it.
Yeah. Was this the first Thanksgiving? We didn't have a Thanksgiving stream?
Yeah, I
mean-
contemplated doing it, and then I said, just because of the retail on both ends of it, I just couldn't do it. I knew it was going to be a long one, and I would have literally died on Friday if I would have.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everybody bearing with me this year. Hopefully in the future I can commit
Yeah.
to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I
'Cause
got-
I enjoy Thanksgiving.
I got home from Thanksgiving. I was like, the fuck? I got home in time. No show. Mad. I know. What are you going to
Rookie
do?
moves,
I know.
Yeah.
December 15th, Little Bean Farewell Party.
Oh.
Farmers Market. Hey, tickets are, the Eventbrite link is on the Little Bean Farmers Market page. Go check it out. It's going to be a good time. All your friends are going to be there. And if you're not there, then what are you even doing with your life?
What?
Take a chance. Columbus did.
Wow. And he struck gold, silver, and oil.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to YouTube comments. Hey, so our last one was with Charlie. We got like 400 views. That was pretty cool.
Oh.
Lots
It's
of
not-
comments, lots
You know
of
what
views.
it means? People like seeing Charlie and not us.
People do like seeing Charlie. It's true.
I love Charlie, though.
I know, he's
That was
awesome.
literally, it was one of my favorite sit down. I love all the ones where we've been able to sit down and talk with our friends and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I want to
love Charlie.
go and find, here are the comments.
Holy shit, did that say 20-3?
Oh, yeah, there's 23 comments.
Oh,
John Voight,
shit.
3 Dope Dudes.
Bro.
Thank you, brother.
That's John Voight. What a fan.
Goat Genetics says,
Oh, wow.
says thank you. Who
Holy shit.
also was like, hey, appreciate you guys. You're awesome for saying such nice things about me.
I mean,
It's genuinely true.
there's not anything that comes out of my mouth while I'm sitting here that
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fluff nobody. None
Right.
of y'all pay me shit to say what the fuck I say. So
Right.
you're getting this free,
Yeah.
raw.
Jeff Jensen, 23, gives some praise hands.
Jeff, thanks, bro.
Uh,
Fuck yeah.
Wax the Great. I support dope people and have supported Lil Bean and Charlie since day one and always will. I'm honored to stand next to him and will feel that way forever.
Fuck
hell
yeah.
yeah.
That's super fire.
Yeah.
I'll bring the same sentiment.
100%.
Love me some of that guy.
I'm stressed. I've been to every event Charlie has hosted, but one since the Valentine's Day one. They've all been a blast.
I'm stressed as a name. Nobody
Yeah.
stressed. That was not in the comments. They're
Yeah.
happy. They're
Yeah.
happy.
Happy. Rochelle, great show. You guys are the dopest dudes.
Oh,
We
thank
can
you,
all
Rochelle.
eat. Love that. You know it's true. Yeah, we
It's
can
a
all.
fact.
There's room for everybody at the table, unless you're a cunt.
Well, and that's
And
it. How do
like
we
as a
all
person, like if you're a bad person, then
listen,
go away.
there's going to be something that ties right into that statement brought up here soon. And I will elaborate deeper into what I have as far as feelings go.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there, I promise.
The King of Mary Jane. Love the name Elevated News.
Well, I love the name King of Mary Jane.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck yeah, thank you.
Charlie Bailey. Charlie got me my med card, a legit legend in the community. Hell yeah. Let's go.
That's so fire.
Yep.
And like, as a guy who's not going to benefit from you having a medical card at all. I mean, just outside of potentially helping you find the growing equipment that you need or whatever, which is perfectly fine. But like, yeah, such a fucking awesome dude.
Green Smurf. Let's go. Let's go. David Graff of Fire Ferments. Love you guys.
Love David so much. Yep.
Aaron Woodley. A bunch of emojis.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Some
Aaron.
emojis. Faviator. Support dope dudes.
Holy cow.
Faviator's the shit.
Like, bruh.
Yeah. And then Philly Terps. What is up, my dudes?
Fucking
hell yeah.
Just living the dream.
Just living the dream.
Getting all these comments pumped about what's happening.
Yep.
Oh, that is great.
So
hey, thanks, man.
Those are all the comments, and then there was a live chat replay. Let me see if I can do this. There were some cool people that showed up because I know Charlie. I think posted it on his Facebook too. So.
Oh, you had a squad.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, that's all. Oh man.
I just wanted to point out some of the.
Oh, I have not gone back and listened to this yet. And
it was really good.
Not wait.
Just shout out in the chat, Macho, Latanya Williams. She does an edible thing. She's awesome. Kind Bud, Stank Nugs, Heisenterp Brothers, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Daily Homegrown.
Go.
Daily Homegrown came all the way out from Quad Cities to the Seed Swap. He's the one.
That's my friend?
Yes, that's your friend.
Oh, I fucking love Daily Homegrown.
Yeah.
Oh, what good people, man.
Yep.
I like putting faces to the names. You ever paint somebody in your head as something when you just see a screen name, and then when you go see them in person, you're like, oh my God, you're even better in person than you were in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple people there that were podcast listeners that were like, oh shit, it's Dave. He actually came out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I should have stuck around for longer, but they got me too No, I actually had some plans, so I apologize.
Yeah, and then who else in there? John Voight, Green Smurf, Elisa, who I met out at Urban Legends too. So yeah, those are all the people. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for letting us shout you out.
That's super fire.
Let's get on to some news. It's been a while.
Bro, I'm ready because I know there's one article in here I can't wait to get to.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. This is back from early November. What?
I like this.
Okay. Illinois officials backtrack on new hemp definition. So during the November JCAR meeting, they backtracked on implementing a new hemp definition set forth by the IDOA, which is the Illinois Department of Agriculture, and admitted that language about transportation of industrial hemp that had been deleted from the new rulemakings was a track change error in the back and forth on some drafts. So they released a new one that reverted the definition of hemp back to realign with the Agricultural Improvement Act of 2018, which is the 2018 Farm Bill, the federal bill.
Because having a definition of a plant, to define a plant as something different because it aligns better for your tax structure seems like the craziest play at something I've ever fucking heard in my life. But I'm not trying to be too political on it. The thing is just crazy that I don't know. That's literally what this is. It's a straight stab for them to tell you we want to actually implement how we tax people way harder, but never mind, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because we are lying. All of it's lying.
During the JCAR meeting, David Lakeman, who we also just lost, David Lakeman to Massachusetts, I believe.
Oh, you're right.
I think we talked about it not long ago.
You're right.
The division manager for cannabis and hemp at IDOA reiterated 3 times that the new rulemakings were not intended to change the definition of hemp and that the IDOA has no authority or intent to ban hemp products via the rulemaking process. IOA did consider and incorporate stakeholder comments throughout the new rulemaking's first and second notices.
Ooh.
Lakeman said it is the philosophy of the department that we be open and transparent with our rule processes.
Oh.
It is equally clear that we did not meet the standard in every case here, and I take responsibility for that. In our engagement with the JCAR staff, we have agreed both to a 45-day extension and to an extensive stakeholder meeting in an attempt to make sure that we are meeting the standard of communication, transparency, and openness to the input from the industry and from those impacted by the rule to make sure that they are being heard, that those changes are able to be implemented as best we can, and that we are meeting this committee's standard for responsiveness and openness as we go through that process. I've heard nothing but good things about David Lakeman from GOAT, so
Okay. And I'm sure I think it all comes down to we're so micro focused on our title or our job description or our department's fucking SOPs or whatever.
Sure.
And this is where some of the deregulation thing comes into effect. Like, if you've got 5, 6, 7 fucking different groups overseeing one fucking transaction, like, what are we doing? Do we need the Department of Ag, the Department of fucking IDFPR, the ISP, the fucking, where is the line at how many people's hands need to be involved? Because with that is how many people need to get paid for this process to happen, how much taxes need to be taken out for this process to happen. And I think going away from some of this, and I mean, again, it's big evolutionary things in the future for cannabis as a whole, but in their micro pockets, I'm sure everybody is trying to do something, right, beneficial to themselves.
Right.
It's not to benefit the guy across because if we're checks and balances and each department's supposed to check and balance the other one to make sure that whatever, my rules are different than your rules, and your rules are different than their rules. And I, as a standalone dispensary, am able to make my own rules, and then they get approved by the committee who approves rules. But it's like, fuck, how many rules?
Right.
Right? We're just transporting some cannabis.
Right. Let's hear what the lawyer, the counsel for the Division of Cannabis and Hemp at IDOA says.
Oh.
He commented on the struggles of rulemaking when state law definitions are different from federal law definitions. He says, we're implementing a federal program. We need to comply with their definition. So in the initial proposed rule, we kind of attempted to work on a hybrid of the state definition using, what does it say? Using or incorporating the aspects of the federal definition that we needed to have in this rule, which is namely the total THC standard of 0.3, which would include Delta 9 THC as well as THCA, as well as a reference like the seeds but that's what it says. But I think that created a higher level of confusion and concern, and USDA was okay with the hybrid definition. However, I think as we've received comments, I think it would just be clearer to use the exact federal definition, and our authority from that comes from a provision within the Industrial Hemp Act that states if there's a conflict between federal and state law, the federal law should apply. So arguably, it should already apply today. This would just merely clearly codify that. So for purposes of our licensed growth program, we've talked about that before. If you have a hemp program, it has to follow the USDA testing guidelines, which Illinois does now, which includes now as of January 2021, after decarboxylation. So all the new stuff that you're going to be seeing in the next year has to be 0.3 after decarboxylation. That's hemp, that's THCA. It's already implemented.
Yeah, but and that's the whole thing, though, is that what we're lingering in the definition of what does after decarboxylation, when does that take place? Because does that mean that my flower has to go through the entire conversion process and never hit 0.3% THC? Because if that's the fact, we are starting to linger in impossibilities of getting hemp according to what they've been trying to do this whole
Mhm.
time. It doesn't allow hemp to be hemp anymore.
Right.
Access to cannabinoids that aren't THC derivative,
We're-
just CBDs and things of that nature, which we're allowed to take from the hemp plant,
Right.
would almost be impossible because THC is a byproduct or a close cousin to a lot of these other things that we're trying to take from. So
Right.
I don't know that it's possible, and I think that you're gonna make it weird, right? Like,
Well, you can't write laws against the laws of nature. You can't rule make the laws of nature either.
that's-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand what they are trying to do. They're trying to
Make it easier for
outlaw
only
intoxication,
yeah, basically.
right?
Yeah.
Or they're trying to maximize on the sin tax that comes from
Sure.
cannabis consumption.
Yep.
And yeah, the more that we allow the confusion to happen, the more we can say we'll take more of the taxes because of, and we'll push anybody over to the side and just comply to our rules, but our rules aren't clearly defined,
Right.
and will
Because they don't understand their rules. What they understand is that they want to make more taxes.
that's it. How do we
How do we
limit
make
the
more
thing
taxes? Yeah.
without any
Understanding of
Correct.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is something we've said
Yep.
for a lot.
Mhm.
Or a long time. Here's another one from our friend Jason Brown over at Illinois News Joint.
Love that guy.
Can't wait to have him on the podcast coming up soon. In December 2022, I published a 6-part series titled What Illinois Cannabis Patients Really Want, to start a dialogue about the large gap between patients' needs, wishes, and concerns, and recommendation for improving the medical cannabis patient program, and the actual amendments to the law legislators have introduced. Since then, not one topic mentioned in the 6-part series has been addressed legislatively or otherwise. In fact, only one cannabis-related bill, House Bill 1443, has been passed since recreational legalization in January 2020.
Yep. That's
Yep.
Yep.
So, HB 1443 mostly dealt with licensing for businesses, but also included 2 beneficial amendments for registered medical card holders. One amendment untethered patients to one medical dispensary at a time by removing restrictions on where medical card holders can purchase medicine without having to switch online dispensary status. That was
big.
that was a nightmare.
That was so
always a nightmare.
So dumb. And then you'd fucking show up and the place would be like, I don't have you in my system.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And you'd be like, but I literally, the other place is fucking an hour the other direction. Why? How do I fix this? And then I'd be like, I'll hit up the state. I can't promise anything. And then you'd be in fucking limbo then.
Because it used to be you couldn't switch online. You would have to
call
in,
them, send an email.
Yeah, you would have to
Fucking- it was
send an email
annoying.
in 2016, 2017.
It was
It's
fucking
stupid.
annoying.
So that was a good one. And then the other amendment reworded how patients and rec users can legally possess cannabis while in a motor vehicle, stating that cannabis cannot be in a vehicle upon a highway in the state except in a secured, sealed, or resealable, odor-proof, and child-resistant medical cannabis container that is inaccessible. So that was the only thing that's gotten passed since recreational cannabis. Now, in January 2023, Rep. Bob Morgan introduced House Bill 1189, which would have refunded the excess money from the Compassionate Use of Medical Cannabis Fund back to registered medical cannabis patients in Illinois. House Bill 1189 never advanced beyond the Rules Committee, but the excess funds were allocated elsewhere by law as part of the final state budget in 2023.
Yeah.
Instead of refunding the excess money, which I believe was originally part of the first compassionate use of medical cannabis, correct?
Yeah.
Bill, that like it would come back at some point. Instead of refunding, or no, it was supposed to go to medical cannabis stuff. The sum of $40 million from the Compassionate Use of Medical Cannabis Fund was transferred to the Cannabis Business Development Fund.
Yep. Yep. All in the name of becoming
Helping people,
diversified and equitable.
Yeah. And look at all the social equity companies, dispensaries that are open right now. There's tons of them. We'll talk more about that later, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also incorporated in the budget was the Section 280E tax law, which allowed for cannabis industry businesses to deduct business expenses, basically tax write-offs.
Yeah.
And that wasn't done either.
No, you still, and that's the craziest shit. Like every part of this that he's bringing up are just such easy flip the fucking switch and change the shits.
Yep.
But again, when it has to go through the IDFPR, the IDPH,
Yep.
the fucking IDOI, it's just every fucking department has got to put their fucking willy inside of it, and it's fine, right? Like, but that's the whole point of stop all the regulations, stop all the goddamn 3-letter, 4 letters, whatever, and
now
let's move on with it.
Yeah, through regulatory action in December 2023, IDFPR authorized curbside pickup for medical cannabis card holders, still only at medical spots.
And still only if the fucking dispensary wants to allow you to do it, or has the staff to do it.
Right.
Or there's a lot of
yeah. During the legislative session in May 2024, lawmakers failed to bring a final vote to 2 cannabis bills in the House. The House Bill 4293, the Hemp Consumer Products Act, and House Bill 2911, a cannabis omnibus. Legislators and stakeholders are looking to pass the bills during the lame duck session in January 2025. We'll see what happens.
I mean, hey, there's
this is basically
always
what's
potential optimism, and I hope that, but it doesn't seem likely that all the things that we would like to see happen just start happening overnight. And these are things that probably should have been addressed 4 years ago when they first got fucking brought up. So now, 4 years later, to go
almost 5.
Oh, we'll chuck you a fucking bone here. Look at what we passed now. And it's like, bro, we've come up with 4 more years worth of development and things that should be expedited, changed, figured out. It's that some of these departments are fucking laughable, right? I literally have a badge that I wear around my fucking neck every day that has a hand-drawn photo on it because they fucked up the photo on it. It's not like a real, it's somebody else. So I just fucking drew a pic. I had my buddy draw a picture of my face. I stuck it on there, and I'm like, "Here's me," right? Like, what's the difference?
That's so dumb.
Or should I be on the fucking handwritten paper fucking thing that says, "Yep, so and so is an employee. Yep, I, the manager, agree." And I fold it up and I put it in a little thing with my fucking driver's license. And now, as long as the fucking inspectors come in and make sure your shit's all good, then we've got the checks and balances in place. It's a fucking joke.
They don't even give out.
It's a fucking joke.
You got to print your own card. They don't even give out real cards anymore.
Yeah, but like medical cards, you're saying? No, I know.
It's so dumb. I have mine on a big piece of paper so that anytime. Oh, you saw it? Because you love that, right?
Yeah, it's great.
It's a big folded up sheet of paper that says it's a medical card.
Yeah. They look like the what used to be
the FOID cards?
OAPP cards, the opiate addiction program. They were just literally that exact same template was used for the opiate program. And then they were like, well, this is easy enough and we can print them overnight. Just fucking send them to them, or they can print them overnight. Just send them to them. So it cut out that portion of like badge making or license making or whatever. But like, again, the $100 that you spend to get your medical license, $5 of that used to go to
Yeah.
fucking cards.
Mhm.
Somebody was like, well, let's keep that $5 from all these,
Yeah.
whatever it is, fucking a few 100,000 people. We'll make an extra $1 million a year, and we'll just send them a fucking electronic thing they can print off. Brilliant move, whoever the fuck came up with it. But yeah. Anyway, this is the one that like it ties into all of what we've been
It does.
talking about.
And this one does too. This one really does.
Yeah.
This one is from Marijuana Moment. I saw this morning. Michigan's legal marijuana market is poised to surpass $10 billion in total recreational sales by year's end. $10 billion worth of recreational cannabis products sold since the state's adult use market opened in 2019. And it's, excuse me, it's possible the state has already hit the 10 billion mark, according to nonprofit news outlet Bridge, Michigan, which first reported that the state is likely to hit the figure this year, and they're not updated in real time.
If we calculate, because we're very good at this, 10 billion divided by 5 years is $2 billion a year.
Yep.
Right? They started that in fucking 2019, and it stayed consistent. They've actually grown. Illinois, we started at 1.1 billion, 1.2 billion, 1.3 billion, 1.4 billion.
Yep.
But we ain't even coming close to $2 billion.
Nope.
And every third person that walks into a fucking Illinois dispensary goes, hey, what's up with Michigan?
Yeah.
What's up with Michigan? Oh, well, listen, I'm not supposed to tell you what to do or not to do, but if you ever make your fucking way out there and you get to experience what their market is, you're going to go, why the fuck do I buy cannabis in Illinois?
We're about to tell you. Given that monthly sales totals have averaged 279 million, a strong November could put the state past 10 billion in total sales. Those figures don't account for sales in the separate medical cannabis market.
Yeah, and that's... what are we doing? Like 140? They're literally doubling us. And what was 128, right? I forgot. We dropped super fucking hard a couple of months ago or some shit like that. So they're literally fucking 2.25x what the fuck we're doing. And they're taking a fuck ton of Illinois fucking money. And
they fell $2 million year over year sales by dollar amount. Actually fell from 118 million in 2023 to 116.5 million this past October.
Who says that? Us?
No, that's Michigan.
Oh.
And the average price of an ounce of marijuana flower has fallen from around $400 in 2020 or 2020,
cool.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was
from
sweet.
$400 in 2020 to around $75 in 2024.
Well, and that's price compression is real and will always happen. And I think that balancing this, okay, and making sure we don't get too far out of balance.
Sure.
Where we oversaturate a market that does not have that demand with too much product, because some of this product becomes stale, whatever. And who wants to waste anything to begin with? But
there's another one that they do 10%. Huh.
Yeah. What is it? Marijuana sales incurs a 10% excise tax and then a 6% state.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, most places still have, and this is what's wild, right? The difference between being taxed 16% or 35% is double.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately. And if I spend $100 out there with the compression, the price compression to begin with, because Illinois is dealing with it. We're dropping in prices pretty good. Yeah. There's parts of the market that you can buy things for very cheap, but one, they have the deli thing going on out there, so that's just a whole thing in and of itself. But Michigan also has $50 and $60 and $70 eighths and shit, right? So it's not like there isn't going to be a higher end cannabis thing where probably the reality of a quality eighth in a legalized market where you're paying for licenses and you're paying for a storefront and electricity and fucking all the stuff, right? Because all that has to be taken into consideration. You probably will pay $50 or $60 an eighth for something of quality, but that is in every market in cannabis, including Michigan right now, right? But there is something to be said about this hot dog water, where it's substantially cheaper to do that when you have access to more raw material, right? And by hot dog water, I mean distillates, your carts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The things that are just a recycling program, your edibles, your whatever, those things are all made with non-high quality product. Some of it is made with high quality product, but some of it is made with just the all I need is raw cannabinoids. Edibles are marketed with 100 milligrams of THC. It doesn't say 100 milligrams of THC from the most finest plant and it's only plant extract and it's whatever. No, they distilled it off and made it so that there was nothing but THC left. So yeah, just the market evolving to where distillate prices are relative would be huge.
Yeah.
It'd be a big swing, but also access to production would be huge too. I think that's maybe the one place where Illinois has lacked in some. But I don't know. I mean, also what's the demand? Because our demand has gone 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Michigan's hasn't gone 1, 2, 4, 8 either.
Right.
It's gone 1.5, 1.8, 2.0, 2.2, whatever, you know. So, but they're building at a bigger rate than us, and they're taking a lot of Illinois fucking market share.
Let's hear from some dispensary in Illinois owners. This was from like Crane's Chicago business.
Oh,
And somebody reposted it on the Ill Trees Reddit. Scott Weiner thought the cannabis business was going to be a lucrative side hustle. Like many other entrepreneurs who won licenses to grow or sell marijuana when Illinois legalized rec use, he found out it's not the easiest way to make a buck. Nobody tells you when you get into cannabis how hard it's going to be. A veteran restaurant owner who became a partner in OK Cannabis, which won licenses to open retail stores. It's a full-time job where you might be working for free. I think a lot of people thought this could be kind of a part-time thing with guys running the business for you. Nothing could be further from the truth. I can't tell you a harder year I've had in cannabis or in business. Weiner and his partners in OK Cannabis recently sold their 3 Chicago area dispensaries to Nature's Grace and Wellness, a group from Western Illinois that's been in the business since Illinois first improved medical marijuana use a decade ago. Sales have been hampered by competition, both legal and illegal. Inflation took off, squeezing customers' wallets and pushing up costs for operators. What little capital there was early on has largely dried up. Even the giant multi-state operators that get in early have hunkered down, trimmed jobs to conserve cash. From a business perspective, this green rush we've been talking about for several years, this craze has died down, said Jonathan Robbins, an attorney in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who chairs Ackerman's cannabis practice. The slumping market is reflected in statewide revenue from rec sales cannabis, which totaled $136.5 million in September. It was the first year-over-year decline since the program started January 2020. Through the first 9 months of 2024, revenue was 6% higher than the same period a year earlier, compared to a 15% growth in 2020. Unit volume continues to grow, climbing almost 9% in September from a year earlier as new licensees open up stores. That just means the amount of products in total. The number of dispensaries is 239, up from 173. Here's some lessons learned. competition from the illicit market, as well as unregulated gray market of synthetic hemp-derived products that sprung from a loophole. It's not a loophole. In the 2018 Farm Bill has pushed down pricing throughout the industry. Nationally, prices hit a new low of $923 per pound November 22nd, according to cannabis benchmarks. Damn.
Yeah, it's yes. Let's
Here,
hit the next.
this next part, I know it's a lot of information, but this next part's going to hit. Neighboring Michigan and Missouri, which have less tightly regulated markets and lower tax rates, have added to the competition of Illinois operators.
Bingo. So this is where, again, in this statement, we're fighting each other.
Yep.
Going hemp, gray market, the big guys, the small guys, the little guys. And then right in the fucking other part of this, you come back and you nail exactly on the head what's fucking happening is that our tax rates are unbelievable as far as what this thing is. And access to this thing is kind of broken, right?
Mhm.
And if anybody wants, I even think that it makes more sense for the big guys, okay, the people that everybody's scared of, the multi-state operators and the whatever. It's more beneficial for them to be on the side of reform in the same way that would help these guys, those guys, every guys, which is reduce tax rates. Our competition is now not internal.
Right.
Our competition, we can't even make the money of our fucking constituents because they're just going over the fucking borders in either direction now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Tim O'Hearn, who is the president of Nature's Grace and Wellness, said projections called for the Illinois market to be about double what it currently is.
Exactly.
The thinking was that the overall pie would increase with more stores.
But it's the tax rate, Tim.
As sales revenue flattened, it's carving up the pie into smaller pieces.
Wait, that's
the challenge. The challenges operators are facing are more policy related, with the unregulated intoxicating hemp market and a tax rate that's higher than our neighboring state.
The thing is, I worked in the hemp market too, and there's, let's be honest though, not a bunch of people are killing it, right? Like, and I'm not saying there's not people that are existing and making good as they should, right? Because that is their ability to access this plant. I don't give a fuck what side of it you call it, and they're doing well with it, so you should not hate on them. Welcome them into the market and allow them to fucking exist side by side with you, and I promise you your products will work hand in hand, right? But also it's weird because of limited access, the big guys have to make every fucking product under the fucking sun, right? Instead of staying kind of just, here's our few product offerings, right? Like we're really good at these few things. So I don't know. I think the market just has to change as a whole. And I do love the man, Tim O'Hearn.
I also want to tell you about, real quick before we move on to Know Your Terps with Dave, some things from Rick and Michelle Ringgold, who run Galaxy Labs in Richmond Park. They plan for vertical integration from the outset. We thought from the very beginning that vertical integration was the only way to success. You can stock 40% of the inventory in your own store. You become your own best customer. It gives you more buying power with bigger players who are more receptive to placing our product if we can carry theirs. If you're only in retail, you're buying from a grower for 50% of what you sell it for. I don't see enough profit on products I'm not producing to make it as successful on grow if we didn't have a retail location.
If you are not vertically integrated in this game, you are going to fucking struggle. 100%. And if you thought that entering this thing, and this is what the unfortunate thing with a lot of the transporters that I've talked to, they thought entering this thing was going to get them access to a bunch of other possibilities even, right? And they don't have any other growing licenses that you can get into. You don't have any more
Right.
dispensary
You
licenses
get a
that
transport
you can get
license.
into. Well, but that's what I'm saying. They already have their transporter
Yeah.
licenses, and or maybe they were fortunate enough to get a infusion license or something, and now they're going, fine, I have that, but I don't have I can't grow my own shit, so I gotta buy the shit, process. It's just fucking, it's
For
gross.
50% of what you sell it for.
Allow a complete vertical integration process, or
Yeah.
or a complete
Allow everybody into the
vertical-
market.
Allow a complete vertical licensing process to go on where somebody can open the entire operation and make the whole entire operation in-house, like coffee shops are in fucking Amsterdam and shit. That's exactly how you grow the shit in the fucking back room and they sell you the shit out of the front.
Yep.
I'm very fine with that. It seems fucking hippie as shit and not business. So the business folks who are listening to this are like, ha, fucking hippie. And then like all the hippies that are listening to this are like, that's probably a good fucking idea.
He
Yeah.
also says cannabis was selling for nearly $4,000 a pound when they won a grow license 2 years ago. Now it's about $2,300.
And, sir, just so that you know, we were reading an earlier thing that says nationally it's 970.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Get ready, $1,600 more and $1,400 more in compression coming your way.
Hey. Know your terps with Dave. I've got the thing.
No, your terpenes.
That's going to be the new thing. Limonene.
Limonene has to be number 2 past myrcene, because myrcene's number 1. It's recognized as the grandfather, the mother of all. Limonene is number 2 in the pure right that we classify cannabis as 2 different things.
Right.
Well, 3, really.
Sure.
Sativa, indica, and then hybrid.
Yep.
Okay? Sativa.
Oh, you forgot perp. Or loud. I got that loud. That loud.
Yeah, you're right. Statindicas. Myrcene is if myrcene is at an abundance, then the plant is more indica dominant. If limonene is in an abundance, then the plant is more sativa dominant.
Mm-hmm.
There are some plants that get very low counts of one versus the other, but there aren't many plants that don't have both of them in there. A lot of plants consist of both limonene and myrcene when it comes to a terpene value. Limonene is your sativa.
Mm-hmm.
It is your uplifter.
Yep.
It is your energy. It is your anxiety reliever, but it's more in the mental stimulation side of things. And there's plenty of people who will tell you that limonene is also antioxidant. It's anti-inflammatory, possibly.
Anti-anxiety, antidepressant.
Bingo. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you see? Okay.
Boiling point. That's why I brought this point up. 348.8 degrees Fahrenheit is the boiling point of limonene.
Bingo. I like that.
I saw that earlier and I was like, ooh, because we talk about that sometimes.
Those are good, you know? Is there, look at, and humulene.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I like this chart.
Yeah. I thought this was cool.
Boiling temps. Where's myrcene's boiling temp? 332.6.
So it also says like wedding cakes, quantum kush, berry white.
And then watch, the next thing says OG Kush, Girl Scout cookies, and Grape Ape. So like we're using things that is both myrcene and limonene. Right. Those are the 2 things, and both of them come in Kush.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them come in fucking cookies forms. Both of them, like, you know what I mean? Like, those are both very abundant.
Yeah.
And that's why it has to be number 2.
That's like the citrusy smell. That's where you get that, correct?
I also now I hope somebody like a goat listens this far into this thing and can tell me if I'm right or wrong. And maybe once I say this thing. I believe that cannabis plants that are high in limonene content are far better at bug resistance. And it makes sense if we talk on like a citronella concept, the lemony side of things.
Sure.
Bugs don't fucking like that shit.
Correct.
I'm almost 100% sure if you are having aphid issues, mite problems, anything where there's a bug problem going on, that growing something higher in limonene content will help prevent that.
Probably.
So just, for those who, I'll give some of your growing friends a tip there, eh? You know what I mean, boys and girls?
That's true. Because like we've talked about, the terps and the cannabinoids, they're merely just a reaction of the plant in some way to protect itself, or something like that.
Well,
in a
nature's purpose,
right.
Correct. In a purpose for us too.
Sure,
you're nailing it. When nature uses it as a repellent of sorts, once we ingest it, we will also use it as a repellent of sorts.
Correct.
Right? And antifungal.
What's your favorite limonene delivery? Besides, I mean, obviously it's going to be smoking a joint, but like, what's your favorite
terpene ingestion is best done through inhalation. If you aren't,
what's your favorite thing to smoke on that has limonene in it? That's what I was just asking for a recommendation.
I would say diesels tend to be more of my thing, like a sour diesel background. And the reason for it is I like that good high burst of limonene when I need it. I want that fucking really big energetic boost. Okay. And if you're looking to get into a sativa, if you really want something to be sativa-y, smell that thing and you smell that lemon, you're going to go, all right, this thing's probably going to uplift me every time, no matter what. So, in the same way with myrcene, if you kind of smell something that's a little bit more orangey,
sure,
all right, because they both are citruses, right? But they both are just so different ends of the spectrum and what they're capable of. But, they also play very well synergistically. They play very well side by side, and I like, I like sour diesel.
Oh
Yeah.
Sick.
To answer your question in the longest way possible.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
like a little recommendation.
I also think that when it is properly reintroduced into, or you're getting a. So I say live product. That's what we recognize in the cannabis industry to be terpenoid rich. When you have a live product and you do consume edibles that have an abundance of limonene, it's beautiful to have those effects linger through what the simple inhalation capabilities of it are, right? Because inhalation, we have to go back to it so regularly that it might break some of that nice, smooth, uppity, thing that a limonene rich edible could do. So I mean, it good for both directions. I actually there's some live resin gummies in the state that are lemon flavored. There's one that's pink lemonade, and there's one that is just lemonade flavored or whatever, or lemon flavor or whatever. I like both of them very much. And this is me telling you as somebody who doesn't consume a lot of edibles. Those things make me generally a little more giddy. It's like I had one of them pink drinks or something,
Yeah. Man,
Haven't been having a lot of pink drinks.
I was gonna
lately.
say I haven't heard about a pink drink in a while.
Dude, I had one on Thanksgiving because Starbucks stays open on Thanksgiving, so I figured fuck it. But that's been the last time, like one in like 60 days or something. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go.
I know.
No more pink drinks.
Sometimes it's good to cut back on sugar, friends.
Yeah, you can do it. If that's the thing you want to do it. Me? Nah, not gonna happen.
Well, hey, eventually we got to, man. Well, that's not. I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't want to do anything I don't want to do.
Yeah, you don't ever have to do anything. But the deterioration that comes from long-term ingestion of fucking sugar in abundance is not the one that I want to deal with, right? Yeah. Hey, friends.
Don't get to beat us.
THCV is an appetite suppressant. Did you watch? There's another one. Maybe we'll link a link to this episode where you can hear me talk about THCV.
I'll make that the end card.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Oh yeah.
Up in this corner, you could probably this
Maybe.
is what. Well, let me think about.
No,
because
this will be the right side.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it'll be the right side.
Click right here for you to watch about how THC can help you suppress your appetite, but also genuinely come talk to me on Thursday nights. I'll help you literally consider taking your health back in your own hands, because at some point it's worth it. You're worth it, baby. I love you.
We love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Bye.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.